transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
It's Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. With Karina ready in her chair. And almost 10 whole people watching from home. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the ThinkSoJoE Show!
It is time for the ThinkSoJoE Show. I can't hear myself. I'm going to turn myself up. There I am. Hey.
Hey.
All right. Welcome to the ThinkSoJoE Show.
Hello.
If you're here, jump in the comments. Let us know in the chat. Whatever you're out there.
Quiet.
It is awfully quiet. And anyway. Anyway. So.
Yeah.
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 I have some voice issues going on.
Yeah.
I'm shouting.
You're shouting? That's you shouting?
This is pretty darn close.
All right. Trying to get you some volume here.
Okay.
That should be all right.
All right. That's the best I can do there.
Yeah.
I can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can hear you now.
Hello, everybody in podcast land.
You sound better than the some of the Simpsons voice actors lately.
Yeah. So
Let me preface this next little rant by saying that I still love the Simpsons. I still watch every week. I missed a few weeks. I caught up a couple of days ago.
Yeah, that was fun.
I laughed my ass off. The writing is still, I mean, it's obviously not classic Simpsons. Everybody's, the first 11 seasons are the best. And yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I still say there's a lot to be said for season 19. I really think season 19 did some really good stuff.
Okay.
Nothing in between 11 and 19, but 19. No, I'm kidding. I do love The Simpsons. I love the show very much. But why in the world did they just renew for another 2 seasons? Please, just let it die.
We're not ready.
Let it die. It's been 30-something fucking years. Let it die.
How long can you be in 4th grade?
I mean, I do great. I do love The Simpsons. I thought the last episode was the one where they paid tribute to Mrs. Krabappel.
That was that was good.
To and in particular voice actress Marsha Wallace.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a loving, touching tribute, and there were some definite funny moments and there has been definite funny moments over the last couple of seasons, but not really any memorable episodes where I can be like, oh yeah, do you remember that episode where they did this? The last episode I remember anything that they did was the episode was called Barthood.
Okay.
It was based on the movie Boyhood, and it was Bart growing up from like a little kid to like a teenager.
Okay.
And I thought that was a fantastic episode, and it would have been a perfect time to end the fucking show. Over the last couple of years, Julie Kavner's voice in particular has been just off. Voicing Marge. Just been off.
I agree.
Nancy Cartwright's been okay. You can tell she's getting up there in age too.
Which one's that?
That's Bart Nelson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, and of course, then they decided to no longer have white actors voice black characters. So now you've got weird sounding Carl and weird sounding Dr. Hibbert.
Oh, I didn't know they were. When did they do that?
As of last season.
Okay, so it's fairly recent.
So just the last like 20-something episodes.
Yeah, I definitely have not seen the last 20-something episodes.
Yeah. So I think this was the first one just recently where Dr. Hibbert was voiced by a new actor, and it was like it didn't sound anything like Dr. Hibbert.
Yeah.
It's like like I get why.
Yeah, I understand too.
But I mean, shouldn't the Simpsons like be grandfathered in here? I mean, they've been on the air for 30-something years. These characters, these actors have been playing these roles for 30-something years.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, it was announced today that The Simpsons has been renewed for seasons 33 and 34.
Yeah.
And just like, I will be sitting there watching them every week.
I know you will.
Not missing a single one, because I've seen every episode, and it's just like, seriously, guys, come on, just put it out of its misery.
Right.
Even me, who defends later seasons of the show, say put it out of its misery.
Yeah.
You know who else wants The Simpsons put out of their misery?
Who?
The Monorail Society. This just came to my attention today. There is actually a Monorail Society.
Wow.
And they do not like The Simpsons.
All right.
Now, one of those earlier episodes, season 4, episode 12, Marge versus the Monorail.
That was a great episode.
Very good episode. Of course, you had the very talented Phil Hartman playing Lyle Landley, the monorail salesman. Mm-hmm. And, the Monorail Society has an entire page on their website devoted to this episode and how much they hate this episode. And because basically they feel like it just makes everybody think that a monorail is a scam, because that's what the monorail amounted to in the episode.
Right.
Lyle Landley was scamming the good people of Springfield.
Right.
And so they're like, well, we're not, no, monorails aren't scams. Monorails are important, and monorails, blah, blah. Like, nobody takes The Simpsons that seriously, even if it was season 4.
Right.
I mean, yeah, the couch gag, I think it might have been that episode where the couch gag was, I will not defame New Orleans, because they did a song the week before.
Oh, that's right.
Mocking New Orleans. But, seriously, why is there a Monorail Society? That's almost as bad as having a National Hot Dog Council.
Oh, man, I was thinking earlier a hot dog would be really good.
Having a National Hot Dog Council that says that if you're over 12, you shouldn't put ketchup on your hot dogs. Fuck you! Put whatever the fuck I want on my goddamn hot dog.
Usually I don't put anything on my hot dogs. You know what started me on that? It was being in a hurry and eating 7-Eleven roller dogs and just like, shit, I don't have time for the nacho cheese today.
Uh-huh. I don't think you should put relish on a fucking hot dog, but hey, what do I know? I'm not the National Hot Dog Council.
I think dill relish is acceptable. Sweet relish is never acceptable.
I don't eat relish, so I don't know. I don't know anything. Laura says hot dogs should be banned.
Why, Laura? Why?
Because Laura
hot dogs are delicious.
Laura thinks everything should be banned.
Well, I need a reason for this one.
I don't know. I like hot dogs, and I like ketchup on my hot dogs. If the National fucking Hot Dog Council, or whatever the fuck they're called, has a problem with that, I got a hot dog for them.
Oh, he said that.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I hope Mom's not listening. Jeez. She thinks you're a nice guy.
Your mom has heard me say much worse on this show. My mom has heard me say much worse on this show. My mom's super excited.
Yeah, because that record.
Yes. Yellow Sauce says that the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council need to recruit me.
What do you think would happen then?
I would change that rule about not being able to put ketchup on your hot dog if you're over 12.
Well, what else would you do with your power?
If you grow up eating hot dogs with ketchup and mustard, and that's how you like your hot dogs, why are you going to stop at age 12?
What is an acceptable topping for hot dogs?
Anything but ketchup, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to go give them hits on their website to find out. Oh, yeah, your mom's here.
Mom's there. Hi, Mom.
Yeah, my mom's super excited. I was at Revolver a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
My trip before last. Yellow Sauce says banana is an acceptable hot dog topping. Anyway. So I'm at Revolver, my trip before last. The Elmwood location, I think we went to that time. And congratulations, Revolver Records, on your third location now on Transit Road. We went there the other day, and it's a fantastic, nice big location. And apparently, it's expanding from that into like the next part of the plaza over.
Okay.
So and just from what we were told, it just sounds like it's going to be a fantastic place for music in general.
Very cool.
Let alone records. But anyway, so. Back to the story. I saw a local used section, and there's never
That's
anything.
sweet.
There's never anything I want in it because it's all bands from like before I got into music, or into local music. And but I happened to notice that one of the records in there was by a band called Big Wheelie and the Hubcaps.
Okay.
And my mom used to love Big Wheelie and the Hubcaps, and she would go to all the shows. Anytime they would play, she would go to all the shows. And like she used to love that band. So I saw that record and I took a picture. I said, "Mom, do you have this?" And she never got back to me. And so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm buying it anyway."
Yeah.
So I bought this record, and then I'm like, "Mom, I bought it for you anyway." And she's like, "Well, how am I supposed to get it?" And I said, "Well, I guess I could ship it to you."
Yeah.
So I had to wait like 2 weeks to get my freaking record mailers shipped to me.
Yeah.
Ironically.
Well, now next time you are ready to ship a record.
Yes, I am. Absolutely.
You got how many?
10. Which that was a ridiculous thing in and of itself. We'll talk about that in a minute. But so I got the record mailers and I packed it all up. Your mom drove us to the post office because I had to mail out a Living Brain Dead CD too.
And I had to mail out some cookies.
Bandcamp or livingbraindead.bandcamp.com. Friday is Bandcamp Friday. So
Hooray.
If you want your CDs, that's an ideal time to buy it. CDs, hoodies, T-shirts, everything that we have up for sale on the merch store. Anyway, but my mom got the record on Monday. We mailed it out. I think Friday, Saturday.
Saturday. I think.
Saturday. Yeah. But my mom was just like super excited. Yeah, we sold a CD. We sold a CD. We sold a digital copy a couple of weeks ago. Actually, we sold the CD a couple of weeks ago, too.
You didn't tell the boys?
I just, keep a mental note of, okay, next time I have cash, I need to put this much in the band fund.
Okay.
Anyway, so my mom texts me Monday. She's like, I got that record, and it sounds great. Thank you for getting me. I love all the songs on this record. And the next day, she texts me. She says, man, I'm listening to that Big Wheelie record again. And I'm and it's motivating me to clean my house.
How sweet.
So my mom was super excited about getting the
I can just
Big
see your
Wheelie
mom
record.
dancing around the house.
Yeah.
with a broom,
Yeah, she was super excited about that. So
that's cool.
And I hope whoever got our CD, I hope they're
Right.
dancing around their house and cleaning their house, listening to the Living Brain Dead.
That's something to do.
I felt bad because it took me 2 weeks to get it shipped because I'm because I had just gotten that record and was planning to ship that. So I'm like, I'll just ship them both at the same time instead of taking 2 trips to the post office. And then it took me 2 weeks to get these fucking record mailers because
was that the wrong shipping option?
Yeah.
Story?
So what happened was I just picked the cheapest shipping option. There's a note on there that says we can't ship these media mail. I'm not reading what the fucking options are. What is the cheapest one? That's all I give a shit about.
What does media mail mean?
Media mail means you're sending a CD or a record or a DVD or you're sending media. And it's cheaper to send than say if I were to put that in a mailer and go on the USPS website and just pick the regular mailing options.
Okay.
So that's $4, whereas it would be $8 if we shipped it like a normal item. So they say, well, we can't ship this media mail. Okay, cool. I understand that. I thought that they were just explaining why they couldn't ship it media mail, and I just picked the cheapest shipping option. Turns out the cheapest shipping option was media mail. And they say, well, so they send me this email well, we're sorry you didn't read the note. Motherfucker, I read the note. I just thought you would be like every other fucking website on the planet and not have an option that's not available listed in your fucking options.
Right.
But I need these, so what is it? How much do I owe you to get it shipped?
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, we're out of the office because of weather. because that was like during the really bad weather that like kept everybody out of offices. But we'll email you as soon as we're in, and then they emailed me. They're like, okay, you owe us like $8. Fine. I need the fucking things. Here's the $8. Send me the fucking. So I finally got them and was able to get that record shipped out to my mom. Now I can kind of go through this and be like, okay, what don't I want? Let me put this on Discogs.
Yeah.
Which there's like one record. You know?
What do you think you would be willing to sell?
There's literally like one record. It's one of the ones I got from vinyl.org last month.
Oh, what was it?
I believe it was a band called Juju.
Oh yeah.
And it was just it was just something that was like, it's okay. It's just not my style. It's nothing I'm interested in.
Was it in English?
No, it was in English.
Okay.
I don't even know if there were words.
Really?
to be honest with you. That's how much I paid attention. I didn't.
Yeah,
it didn't.
just didn't do
it
it
didn't.
for you?
It didn't grab me. So I'm like, how much is this going for on Discogs? And apparently, it's going for like $20. So
It's something.
I mean, get half my vinyl.org, money that I spent on that back, and I am not looking for a copy of Antichrist Superstar. I saw at Revolver the last time I was at Elmwood, they had Mechanical Animals, which was in my Discogs want list for the longest time. And I was like, nope, don't want it. And it wouldn't have been the copy I wanted anyway, but it was still like, no, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I put it back. And then Brian, knowing this, when we're at Transit the other day, he pulls out Born Villain, he pulls out Pale Emperor or whatever the fuck, Manson albums they had there. And he's like, you want this? Nope. You want this? Nope. What I did come home with was a bootleg copy of Slipknot's first album. I didn't know it was a bootleg.
How do you know it's a bootleg?
Because when I went to go put it in Discogs, it said German bootleg.
Oh.
Yeah. German.
It sounded okay.
Unauthorized. It sounded like they ripped it from the CD.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I didn't. When you were listening to that, I was in the kitchen making cookies, listening to
Slipknot.
that.
Yes, I know.
So it sounded fine to me, but I was listening to it on the home device.
Yeah, I didn't know until I got home and I put the record on and I went to. It was the first record I listened to when I got home.
Yeah.
And I went to scan it into Discogs and it's like unauthorized copy, like or unofficial copy or something like that. Basically saying this isn't what you would buy if you bought it from like Roadrunner Records.
How much did you pay for it?
$27.
Ouch.
Yeah. I mean, it's Slipknot, so I mean, are you really gonna get that much more quality from a vinyl mix of Slipknot?
I mean, I don't know. What if you did?
I don't know, but I mean, I guess I don't really care enough to find out.
I kind of do.
I kind of don't. I mean, if you could find an authentic copy and you want to buy one, feel free.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna look for one.
Okay, then.
If it comes along, maybe.
Yeah, I just saw it. I'm like, this is why I bought Static X last week, was because I didn't want to spend the money on this, but hell, let me spend the money on this. And I really, I shouldn't have been spending money on vinyl. I spent $1,500 on that cat last week.
Oh my gosh, though, he's like a new cat compared to, this time last week.
Mm-hmm.
His cheeks are still like a little swollen.
Yeah.
Not like Whisper's fat cheeks. But he's a little low key. But he seems relatively pain free.
Yeah.
He's not really socializing with the other cats, but the other cats are socializing with him.
Mm-hmm.
He's socializing with me like crazy, but then he knows when it's med time.
Yeah.
Like I just went out there before the show to pet him, and he's like, "Oh no." He's like crouching over because he knows that I like when I give him meds, I sit on him because what else are you gonna do to restrain a cat?
Right. Kevin, I think I spent $25 on Static X. I didn't get it at Revolver, though. I got it through Pop Market, through their Discogs.
Oh.
So, yeah. I mean, I did grab a lot of fine stuff from Revolver this
Oh, yeah, you
past
did.
time
It
around.
was a good haul. What else did you get? I don't remember.
I don't remember. I got some good stuff, though.
Yeah.
What did I get? That's a good question.
Yeah.
I can find out really easily.
Yeah.
So Let's find out. What did I get? So sort my Discogs by added. There it is. So what did I got?
Black Crows.
No, Black Crows was Pop Market. That was a pre-order.
Oh.
Let's see. I guess we
Our Lady Peace.
started Slipknot.
Real Big Fish.
Our Lady Peace, Clumsy, Real Big Fish, Life Sucks, Let's Dance, Prodigy, The Fat of the Land.
Fuck yeah.
I saw that. I'm like, Karina is constantly listening to this on fucking
Spotify a lot.
Spotify and YouTube music or whatever. So like, let me get this now because
that was a good choice.
Filter Short Bus, which has Hey Man Nice Shot, which I've always wanted to do. Things you might not know about that, but I've always wanted to do it with the music video playing.
Okay.
Because that's like just how I envisioned this in my head is how that video would go. But I think eventually I need to get that written and get that.
You should.
I mean, I got a couple of scripts I'm sitting on and I got to get to. So, anyway, but Short Bus, fantastic album. And I actually had grabbed title of record, the previous Trip to Revolver, the other big Filter album. So I'm on YouTube, and there's a whole thing about Filter and how Filter came to be, which is what I would basically focus on in my video. Because that's a story in and of itself, is how Filter came to be and came to be separate from Nine Inch Nails.
Okay. I don't know this story.
Okay. And so, and it all revolves around Hey Man, Nice Shot.
Okay.
But then you also have the story of what Hey Man, Nice Shot is about.
True.
Which, back in the 90s, we didn't have the internet or nothing, and we're all like, oh, yeah, that song's about Kurt Cobain.
Right.
No. It was written before any of that ever happened. It was about a politician who offed himself on TV.
That's pretty brutal.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's a whole story with Richard Patrick was the am I is that the right Patrick? There's two Patricks.
I don't know.
I got to make sure now.
I have no idea.
There's two Patricks. I don't want to confuse them. Okay, that's the one. Richard Patrick, whose brother is Robert Patrick, who is the T-1000 in Terminator 2.
Yeah, I never saw that.
Okay. How have you never seen?
Because I fall asleep.
That's what we're doing later. Anyway.
I will
Well,
fall
tomorrow,
asleep.
anyway. But anyway, so Richard, he used to be in Nine Inch Nails.
Okay.
And he came to Trent with Hey Man, Nice Shot. And Trent was like, okay, but if we do this song, I get all the credit, basically. And so he was like, yeah, no, I don't. That doesn't work for me.
No.
Or like Nine Inch Nails gets all the rights or whatever. Yeah, right, exactly. Anyway, Nine Inch Nails gets all the rights or whatever, and he's like, well, that I don't really like that. So Trent, I guess, pretty much told him, well, why don't you do it on your own? And he was like, cool, I'm out, see ya, and left Nine Inch Nails, went and formed Filter, and had a huge hit with Hey Man, Nice Shot,
And
then continued to do Filter. Well, Trent continued to be successful in Nine Inch Nails, so everybody wins.
Well, did Filter last? Are they still doing stuff?
I think he's doing stuff as Filter. Filter is Richard Patrick.
Oh.
You're being told to leave the room right now and watch Terminator 2.
I'll just fall asleep. I can hear Reese.
I also hear Reese.
Reese's in Heat again.
And then the other record I bought was Aerosmith's Greatest Hits, their first Greatest Hits album.
Not as excited about that one.
I
can feel my mullet growing.
That's why I had to get Prodigy and
Yeah,
Our
I
Lady
know.
Peace, because then that makes up for you having to hear Aerosmith at some point.
Did you know that Our Lady Peace was the first band t-shirt that I owned?
I did not know that.
Yes, my friend Kristen gave it to me. She was apparently over them, and I was just getting into them, and she had gone to see them in concert and gotten a t-shirt. So, yoink.
Yeah. The Aerosmith record I got because it had like Dream On, which I don't have, and I wasn't gonna buy their first album just for that song because it's the only song I know on it.
Okay.
And then it also has the benefit of having like Walk This Way and Sweet Emotion, which I don't have that album either. So it was like no brainer. I get these 3 songs I don't have, and I really enjoy, especially Dream On was like I have to
That's
I have to
epic.
I have to hear that song on vinyl.
Yeah. Did it make your day?
Oh, it made my absolutely. I'm sitting here singing along, and this morning I had to listen to the album that made me realize how much better vinyl actually is.
And what is that?
That is Metallica's Master of Puppets.
Oh.
Which is celebrating its 35th anniversary today.
I guess that's my own fault.
Came out on this day in 1986.
Wow. We're old.
Yeah, I don't have a Master of Puppets t-shirt, so I just threw on
I like this t-shirt.
I just threw on the most generic Metallica shirt I have. That's not like album specific. I guess
also the most generic flannel you have.
I guess it's the only flannel I have.
But I love that it's buffalo plaid. I have pants that match that.
How's it buffalo plaid?
It's the red and black.
But what makes that buffalo?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't I have Master of Puppets tattoo.
I know you do.
But
we all know that. We all know.
But do they? I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, so the first thing I did this morning was I threw on Master of Puppets and was like, yeah, got to listen to this. Sanitarium was like the song that was playing when I'm like, holy shit. I've heard this song so many times over the past 20-something years that I've been listening to Metallica and into heavy music. But this is the first time I've really heard this song. And that was when I was like, I need to get more stuff on vinyl. I need the Black Album on vinyl so I can listen to Unforgiven on vinyl. Like, oh. And my favorite piece in my collection is Injustice for All, which is my favorite Metallica album, and just my favorite moment in all of this vinyl is in To Live Is to Die, where all the instrumentation drops out and it's just the single guitar. And it's like, holy shit, this is just amazing. Like, you were in here one day and I was listening to that album and that song was on and we were talking and I just went, and I'm like thinking in my head, like, she's going to be pissed about that, but I need to hear this part. You know, like,
was I pissed?
I think you were.
Is that the day that I just walked away from you?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I do that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, but just like, no, that part comes on. It's like, no, I'm listening to this. This is what I'm doing right this second. Everything else needs to stop so I can hear this part right here.
Yeah. I'm sure that I have songs like that or parts of songs like that. Actually, you know what? I don't even want to admit this, but you know what song is kind of like that? Is Cashmere by Led Zeppelin. Mm-hmm. I don't even like Led Zeppelin.
I dislike Led Zeppelin myself.
But that song really does it for me.
I like Stairway, the first half of it. And then when you get to that like later half and he starts doing that falsetto bullshit, fuck that.
No, yeah, I like it.
No, fuck that. It's the same fucking fallacy I have with Pearl Jam. Where listen to Stairway and he's got this beautiful voice singing this beautiful song. And then the next thing you know, he's doing all this unnatural bullshit. Like, shut up, dude. Come on. Why do you have to ruin a perfectly good song like that? I would probably enjoy Pearl Jam if Eddie Vedder didn't sing like this. Because you hear other songs where he's sings really, really well. And then you got this other like, dude, come on, really? I would kill to be able to sing like Eddie Vedder can actually sing.
Right.
And he fucking wastes it on that bullshit.
I hear ya.
If you want to hear how bad I fucking sing, Kevin says he's putting falsetto in the next song. He's working on 3 right now, so.
Awesome.
Anyway, but if you want to hear like how badly I wish I could sing, On the Cinder released it today.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Go check out my cover with On the Cinder of Ballroom Blitz by Sweet.
It's really good. It's really fun.
It is. Everything's good until you get to the chorus, and then like my voice was already shot by that point, and I couldn't change pitches like up to the next the next note I needed to hit, and it was terrible. So
I don't know.
Kevin says he already gets to hear that me doing backing vocals.
It was pretty awesome compared to my mbop.
No way.
Because I had a voice thing going on like what I have today. Only today's a little more painful.
Well, anyway, we're going to get to some music. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh.
My mistake.
Oh, that's what you get for programming the sounds.
My mistake. Well, I mean, it could have been worse because before it was the preview for that play thing you were in.
Oh,
the
wow.
audio
that was
play.
a long time ago.
Yeah. It's just been sitting in there for the longest time. I just never replaced it. Anyway, this is a song called "My Time Ain't Mine" from a new band called Sodoff on All WNY Think So Joe Show. I might have to crank the volume on this one because it was recorded really low. So here we go. Let's find out what we got to do. All right, Sodoff on All WNY Think So Joe Show.
So here's the story, guys. We were originally going to have an interview this week with Rick Horton of the Metallica Onslaught. He is in Rochester, and we see him at metal shows in Rochester and metal shows in Buffalo, too.
I met him at Killthrax.
Killthrax, that's right. That's right. Oh, gosh, that was fun. So that had to get rescheduled, but we figured we'd still play a lot of Rochester music because we were planning on it, and we really like it. So that Sodoff is Ricky Rotten's new project from
Just One More.
Just One More,
Yep.
yes. So, that's the story behind that.
I really did have to crank that. And speaking of crank that,
Oh, God.
you remember the rapper Soulja Boy?
Vaguely.
Yeah. Does anybody remember the rapper Soulja Boy any more than vaguely? Anyway, he's gotten himself into he's gotten some people mad at him on Twitter.
Oh, God, why?
Because he said that the rap game is faker than WWE. Now you would think this is going to piss off rappers.
Oh, God.
No. He's got Randy Orton calling him a pussy. And calling him out on fucking Twitter, like, yeah.
So Kevin, what do you mean by a revelation? My mbop was a revelation. I don't know. Is that the Book of Revelations? It seems like isn't good. So
I guess we'll find out in a second when he gets to hear that, because he's got to catch up.
I know. Well,
They're probably a couple of seconds behind us. That's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just when I said I had to crank the song, I did not intend for that segue. It just came to mind during the song, and I'm like, hey, I got to talk about this. And then like you came right in with, well, we were supposed to talk to Rick Horton.
Sorry.
Like, stealing my thunder here.
Sorry. But we will be talking to Rick probably at the end of the month.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Excited, yeah.
But
I'd like to get to talk to Rick a little bit. Like I met him at Killthrax. Not an ideal time to,
yeah, that's
have
not
a
good chatting time.
have a conversation about the music scene or anything like that. So, I could have gone pretty much anywhere during Kill Switch and talked to anybody and been more entertained, but
it didn't suck to me, but I definitely feel that when I saw them when they played at Ozfest, I want to say it was like 05, that was way better, but they had a different singer.
I would say they had the other singer. So what I feel about when I saw Kill Switch Engage was like, this is a band on the very last day of their tour. The tour was over after that show, and they just wanted to go the fuck home. The only one of them with any fucking stage presence was the one that was on The Price is Right. I'm like, hey, that was the dude that was on The Price is Right.
How'd he do?
I
don't remember. I know that we saw.
I want to say he made it to the Showcase Showdown.
Oh,
or not the Showdown's the wheel,
spinner.
But I think I want to say he made it to the Showcase, and I don't know that he won though. I don't remember.
Well,
so yeah,
we might have to look into that.
It's always funny. It's always fun when you see famous people on The Price is Right, and like, Drew Carey has no idea that they're famous.
How's he gonna know who Kill Switch Engage is?
There was the dude from Kill Switch, and there was WWE superstar Brian Kendrick was on there when like in between WWE runs.
Oh,
so like I saw him booked for a show. I'm like, hey, look, it's former Price is Right contestant Brian Kendrick. Rock stars get tired too. Yes, they do. I've been exhausted on stage. You've called me out on it before.
Me?
Kevin did.
Oh, I was like, I don't remember doing
at
that.
Tudor Lounge, I was like exhausted. I was like yawning. He's like, what are you yawning about?
You're not allowed to yawn on stage.
Dude. I don't think I got any sleep the night before. That's my own fault.
Yeah, you're probably streaming, playing Mario Kart or something.
I didn't start streaming until after pandemic hit. So
I know.
Yeah, Mario Kart. I haven't played Mario Kart since like N64 days.
You should though.
I know.
I mean, I might tune into Twitch to watch Mario Kart. I can't play Mario Kart. I'm so bad at video games. I just drive into the water, drive off a cliff. It's just like real life.
I was streaming NHL last night, and somebody like jumps in the chat, and they're like, "Hey, sexy," and I just ignored it. Like I no-sold it. I didn't pay any attention to it because I just thought it was Laura under a different account trying to troll me. Oh. Anyway.
Interesting.
And then they left like three or four more like comments in the chat, and then nobody else said anything, so it was on the screen for the entire length of the stream.
What else did they say, huh?
Just shoot mid blocker side because that's where they usually score.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
That's funny.
It was Katie from Turkey Blaster Omega said she has yawned on stage a bunch.
Well, I mean,
I try not to. I try to
you
try to be awake and energetic and like alert and trying to move around and stuff.
Yawns are contagious. If you don't think they are, go yawn in front of some people right now.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it, I want to yawn.
That's it. Like draws the air. So you're taking in
the air pressure.
You're taking in more air, so there's less air for the people around, and that's why yawns are contagious.
Interesting.
That's true.
That's science, guys.
She says
I'm a sleepy girl, though. I understand that. I feel you.
I try my best to not yawn if I'm presenting something, if I'm like on stage, if I'm on the podcast, if I'm doing Twitch. I try not to yawn. I try not to like burp into the microphone. Yeah, she can't move around too much. She got 8 people on stage.
That's true.
It's true. We saw them at Tudor.
Yeah.
You remember when we saw them at Tudor and there's like so many people on stage? It's like, how did you fit a ska band on the stage at Tudor?
Yeah.
Like, I'm in a 4-piece punk band and my singer's in the
tight.
crowd.
Yeah.
trying to give us room on stage.
And you guys are like old guys. You're a dad band. So like you're not jumping around as much as some of the bands out there that
Yeah.
are still, you know, young and agile.
Yeah, I shared the video on Rick Astley's birthday of us playing "Never Gonna Give You Up" at Tudor Lounge, and
Yeah.
and Kevin's out in the crowd, and I'm, you know, Brian and John and I are all on stage and doing our thing, and it's like, but he was out in the crowd to give us room on stage because
Yeah.
it's a tiny stage.
It is.
And she says on that little stage.
Yeah. And it's shaped funny too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a small stage. It's a little dive bar, but it's one of my favorite
so
places.
Fun. It's
One of my favorite places to play. One of my favorite places to book.
Yeah.
Ryan's got her tambourine.
Oh shit. It's probably still safe, Katie.
Yeah, I would imagine Ryan's keeping that safe for you.
Ryan's a good dude.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We were hoping to do like what he does with a lot of the bands, where he just picks them up on his shoulders and carries them around while they're playing. He's like, "You got a wires?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "How much do you weigh?" I'm like, "One at a time, please." And he's like, "We might not be able to do this." So we have not attempted it yet. So I got to lose weight so I can get on Ryan's shoulders and get carried around.
Well,
too.
get going on that DDP yoga.
I need to. Now that we got stuff out in the living room for me to play the videos on.
There's not only the stuff, but there's room. I basically cleared out the living room so
Yes.
that we can do yoga and
Yes.
DDP yoga.
Yes.
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 Hooray.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If Slush Fund can do it, we talk it out. I'm trying to just read the comments here in the chat. I'm trying to keep up with you guys now. Anyway.
I know.
Yeah. I moved the Blu-ray player to the living room
Yes.
because you asked me if we could get something out there so you could play DVDs.
Yes. Well, I found my exercise ball, and if any of you guys have never used an exercise ball, especially if you have hip or back problems, fucking do it, man. Like, even just rolling over the ball, just like your back cracks. It's so good. Just do it. It's worth like the $15 for an exercise ball.
I need to try that myself. I woke up this morning like, man, I could use a deep tissue massage on my hip.
Fuck yeah.
Like my hip has been like, whenever I wake up, I'm just like, what the fuck?
Is it the side you sleep on?
It's the cat laying on me, I think.
Oh, really?
She's
not even fat.
No, but it's like
But then you can't move, right?
I can't move. I
Yeah.
can't reposition because the cat's on me.
She's
So I'm
been
just like-
she's been brutal. She's been relentless.
Yeah. Anyway, so I moved the Blu-ray player out there, and I moved the Roku player back off this TV back out there.
You didn't need it in here.
No, well, I did, but I didn't.
You have everything
Well,
in here.
but I watch TV on the TV. Unless I'm watching like more than one thing, then I'll watch on multiple screens.
Okay.
But I try to watch TV on TV, and so but I have a Fire-enabled TV, which you can't get shit for. You can't even jailbreak it like you can with the Fire Sticks. So it's like I had to have the Roku player to be able to watch, to have like the Spectrum app so I could watch TV.
Oh, that sucks.
But I also have a Google Chromecast,
Okay.
which plugs into the TV, and you treat it just like you treat the audio Google things
Where's
that we have
the
here.
Google Chromecast?
It's hooked up to the back of the TV.
Oh, how big is it?
It's like
Just
not-
like the home mini?
it's about the size of that lens cap on the floor there.
I feel like that shouldn't be there.
It fell when I took it off, and I'm gonna put it back
Don't
on.
get so defensive.
Anyway.
Jeez.
Anyway, so but I have that, so I can just pull up whatever I want on my
Yeah.
phone and just send it right to my TV.
That works.
Yeah, it's like having a little remote right here in your phone. Like you
And
like
you'll never lose the remote because you always know where your phone is.
and like when you're on the Spectrum app, you've got all the channels listed with everything that's on. So it's like you just scroll and you tap what you want to watch, and it just comes on your TV. So that's pretty nice. Or if I'm on the computer, I can send it to the TV. If I'm like watching like after the show, when there's NXT and there's AEW, I could put one on over here. And then if I need to like take the audio from the board for some reason, which hopefully I don't have to, hopefully it's going to record just fine. Except I didn't hit the button, so I'm going to have to. I just realized we're not broadcasting on all WNY. I just realized this. We're an hour and we're 45 minutes into the show.
Sorry, Scott.
Yeah, anyway, well, so when I have to transfer the audio from the board into the computer, what I can do is I can put one of the shows I'm watching up on the TV, and I can take the other show I'm watching and play the audio through the Google Home over here.
Okay, cool.
Which is very convenient. So
that's a lot of technology.
Yeah. It's also very convenient.
Yeah.
It's very convenient. Very convenient. So I can watch two things at once while transferring audio to the computer and trying to get the podcast up.
Take this away from me. I'm going to rip it.
Okay.
Yep. It's Clyde. It's just my phone. No
it's
big
always
deal.
your phone. Anyway.
I have insurance.
So do I. What do you have a deductible when you break your phone? Do you have to pay money?
That's a really good question.
Because I know when I break my phone, it's $75.
Yeah.
$75 deductible.
Phone, though.
Good to see you still do the same audio mishaps and what you yeah.
Right.
That's my old board wrestling fan buddy there. That damn double C.
Oh.
Used to write for both board wrestling fan and board hockey fan.
Okay.
Hope the Stars are doing better than the Sabres. I haven't been paying attention to anything outside of the Mass Mutual East.
Oh.
And even then, I'm just like, man, why do the Sabres suck so bad?
You know,
We've got all this top tier talent, and we are fucking terrible.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah. And I saw somebody earlier, and they said, they were talking about Ralph Kruger's comments to the media after the loss last night, where he said, oh, they showed a lot of fire and heart tonight, and they played really well, and they showed they want this. And somebody's like, we didn't win. We didn't get a point out of it. We didn't go to overtime or nothing. Who gives a fuck if they showed fire and heart and whatever? They didn't win. We need them to fucking win.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there was another meme somebody posted, and it was a drowning kid.
Oh God!
Right, and the drowning kid is the Sabres, and then there's a kid being held up by a mother, and the mother is the Pagulas, and the kid that they're holding up is the Buffalo Bills. Ouch. And it's like, this is so fucking accurate. They don't give a fuck. They bought the Sabres 10, 11 years ago, whatever it was. Our goal, the sole purpose for the Buffalo Sabres existence is to win the Stanley Cup, and we're going to do it within 3 years. They haven't made the fucking playoffs since. I mean, they made the playoffs that season, but a full season under the Pagula ownership, the Sabres have never made the fucking playoffs.
Oh.
Now, which was fine because they had still made the playoffs since the last time the Bills had at that point. Now the Bills were one game away from the fucking Super Bowl, and we're still sitting here like the Sabres can't even fucking win against, like, COVID-ridden fucking teams, like... So like, yeah, I feel like that's pretty accurate that they kind of gave up on that dream of getting the Sabres the Stanley Cup when they bought the Bills and were like, oh, now we need to rebuild the Bills. Okay, you fucking rebuilt the Bills. Now pay the fuck attention to your hockey team. Nobody gives a fuck about football anyway. Once overgrown fucking men giving each other concussions.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway.
Well, hockey's
Go
the
Niners.
same thing, only like they knock out teeth.
Yeah, hockey's gotten a lot safer.
Yeah. Yeah, they have.
When
we were
what
at
it
one
is,
of the games, they were showing the footage, like the old footage in between, and it was pretty brutal.
I'll tell you what, I saw a fight the other night in the Sabres game last night.
Oh, yeah?
I think it was Dylan Cousins was fighting somebody on the Rangers. And so that, it's, which is a rare sight to see nowadays. You don't see hockey fights often, and that's a good thing.
It is, because these players
I think
need their brains.
I think a lot of people really, used to enjoy hockey just because it was the only sport that you could actually see basically bare knuckle boxing in the middle of. And there's a fantastic book, and I might have it on the shelf behind me. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. It would be behind the banner, so unless you have X-ray vision.
I don't today.
But But this excellent book that talks about hockey and fighting and concussions and CTE and what CTE does and how it leads to like depression and things like and like, you know, there's Steve Montador, who used to play for the Buffalo Sabres, committed suicide.
Oh, geez.
Because he was so depressed after a career of head injuries.
Wow.
And so for me, it's great to see the game, the NHL and other hockey leagues around the world saying, okay, we need to make this game safer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, and that's, you know, like, yeah, people don't like it that they're, you know, the fights are few and far between now.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have safe players.
It's true.
Than have them fucking kill themselves or you know, get CTE and become very, very depressed for my amusement.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's selfish.
Like, I would much rather have them be safer. And Joe yells at Cloud. Old man thinks wrestling is real. No, that's a different headline. Old man yells at Cloud. Yeah. Yeah. No, local man thinks wrestling is real is Homer, not Abe. Abe is old man yells at Cloud.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting my Simpsons references mixed up. Anyway.
That's because there's too many seasons. They need to end it.
Yeah, right. We're at 32 now, and they're going into 33 and 34. Like, Jesus. Anyway.
What are they even going to write about?
I don't know.
Pop culture as it comes up, I suppose.
But, like, even South Park beats them at that because South Park can do an episode in 6 days.
That's true.
The Simpsons send their animation, they do it the old-fashioned way. No, exactly. The show will never die, and even I, the most diehard of diehard Simpsons fans, is like, why? Why? Why are we still doing this? I am not the guy who said it's still real to me, damn it. Otherwise, I'd be on the wrestling convention circuit like that guy. Anyways.
So we usually do Joe versus shipping.
Well, let's do Karina versus shipping because you were pretty mad the other day.
Listen, when you say you're going to be here by noon and you're here by 5, I have shit to do. It might not be good shit. It might not be interesting shit, but I got shit to do. I have naps to take. I can't take a nap if I'm waiting for, like, I need to sign for this shit, you know? And, like, this is, like, more expensive than a guitar. It's medication. So, like, you know, you don't want to miss it.
They did not make me sign. They handed it to me.
They haven't made me sign since pandemic, but they still want to like.
They made sure, like, he knocked on the door and he handed it to me, but he did not.
And
make
well,
me
the
sign.
other thing is that one of the medications, because I got 2 medications that day. One of the medications is temperature sensitive, so it comes in a cooler with ice packs and stuff like that. So like you don't really want that to be late. You don't want that to just sit outside. I continued my nap when it got here. I was like, it'll be fine for a few hours.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you want me to do with this? You just set it on the table. Like, all right, whatever.
It's got ice packs. It's fine. And it was totally fine.
I mean, I got to hand it to the, like, you gave me one of those coolers that that medicine comes in with a bunch of ice packs and sent me to Sodoff. With yellow sauce with it, and just everything was just ice cold all day.
Yeah.
So it works really well.
Yeah, my freezer is full of ice packs. The top of the fridge is covered in these coolers, and they're all labeled because they're full of cookie cutters. Because I have about 300 cookie cutters. So they're like labeled by holiday.
Yeah. What a twist! What Karina doing? Karina versus shipping.
Yes.
That's the twist.
I really was getting angry because, like, it wasn't until like 1 or 2 that it said like it changed on the app and said it's not going to be there till, you know,
by the end of the day,
end of business or whatever. I was just really impatient, and I was already super impatient because I had to go through all this insurance shit, and like the specialty pharmacy wants to talk to you before they'll ship it, and like they just have to verify addresses and like shit like that. It's so stupid. You have to talk to like 7 million people before they'll ship it, and then they ship it, and then they fucking call you again. And I think they've been calling me again for the last 2 days, and I just don't want to deal with it.
The biggest twist of all of this is that same day I had 3 packages coming from 3 different shipping companies and got them all with no problems.
Yeah, all before my package.
All before your package, yeah.
Yeah.
I got my new green screen. I got my what else did I get that day? I think I got a record, and I think that was the day we got the pens.
Pens and mechanical pencils. I found a mechanical pencil, and I really was enjoying writing with it, but it didn't have any more lead, so I had him order like 24 mechanical pencils.
For years, I've been writing with these Pilot G2 pens.
Yeah.
And the one that was in my pocket broke in half.
True story.
Like I thought it just unscrewed. No, it cracked where the screw threads were. So I'm like, damn. And she's
Luckily.
I'm like, I guess I'll just order some more pens. And you're like, can you get me mechanical pencils too?
They make me happy.
And I would like to point out, there are a ton of pencils in this house. I had to order mechanical pencils.
I don't trust myself to use a pencil sharpener unless it's for eyeliner. Yeah, but luckily the pen didn't explode in your pocket.
This is true.
Because, I mean, I don't want to wash that. Do you?
No. Real. So I bought a, how big of a pack is this? Like 20, 12. There's 12. I bought a 12 pack of the pens. Mechanical hits different. Katie's on your side.
Yeah.
So I bought a 12 pack of these pens, and the worst part, you could just buy the, ink for them.
Yeah.
You don't have, you could just replace the little ink thing inside.
But
it's
not
like,
when it breaks completely.
but if it's gonna, it's nice to have when they break, because I love them and I write with them all the time.
I do not like that kind of pen.
Yeah.
No, it's just not for me.
I've been writing with gel pens since like college. So
Since 2000, 2001?
yeah.
Yeah.
Since gel pens were a thing, were the next big thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
And now I've got like digital pens. I don't have my thing hooked up.
Oh.
I gotta hook that up.
You should.
Yeah.
It's dusty. You got to use it more.
Yeah, I know. I gotta hook that back up.
Oh, it's got a little button. Is that like the I'm drawing button or?
No, that's like undo, and I don't know what the other one does. I forget.
Well, there's a button, so now I have something to play with.
Luckily, it's not connected to anything, so she's not actually pressing any buttons.
Oh no! Now I have to find where it was.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to hook that back up and be able to do the teleprompter thing again.
Yeah.
It would actually really come in handy for like when I'm streaming, trying to do all the like challenges in NHL.
Oh,
because then I could just write it on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a like a Post-it note right over there that's got all like what I needed to do throughout the game. Like it would be nice to just be able to like, okay, cool. Now I can erase these and write down what I need for the next challenge.
Okay.
That would be nice, and just have it on the screen. So it's like that up there is what I'm trying to do. I actually played with the green screen the other day. Played through the end of Batman Arkham City.
Was it just the plain green screen, or did you put yourself somewhere luxurious?
I was just down in the bottom corner.
No, I mean like, you got green screen. Where are you putting yourself?
I was just right on my background.
Just regular.
Yeah, well, I put the green screen up, and then I got that. I have a nice red and black background that's animated for my.
Oh, okay.
So like I'm down in the bottom corner, and the game's like up here, and the chat's right up here.
Okay.
And like I'm just in the bottom corner, just like kind of over everything.
Okay.
So
it would be cooler if you were in the bottom corner in an island.
I could do that.
Maybe relaxing in a hammock.
I don't know about the hammock, but
that's like the thing I miss about Florida the most is hammocks.
So with me being in yellow sauce, if I were in a hammock.
Oh God.
Anyways. Well, speaking of banana hammocks. So we were originally we talked about we were going to have Rick Horton on this week.
Yeah.
And we were going to pick some Rochester bands. We picked Turkey Blaster Omega.
Yes.
And then we decided to keep Turkey Blaster Omega. Why don't you tell us why we decided to keep?
Okay, Katie.
Besides the fact that they're a kick-ass band and we love them.
Right. Katie, I hope you don't mind me repeating your Facebook post. But there was a disrespectful gentleman that was in Katie's inbox with pictures of his member. And Katie is brilliant. And she ended up getting kicked off Facebook for 30 days because she posted his dick pics to his timeline. And she's my hero because of it.
I really don't see why she got in trouble for this. It was his dick. She got banned again for that shit, she says.
Oh, man.
All right, this is Turkey Blaster Omega, and this song is called 2 to 1 on All WNY Think So Joe Show.
I felt the pain that I knew I shared with countless souls who held broken hearts in chains. Some on no sleeves or behind closed doors and prophecy or fame. I had no clue what I should do or if I would lose my way. Took so long. 1 second you were with me, and in a moment you were gone. Like watching a sunset, it just took my breath away. Oh, a lifetime built inside my mind, only lasting a day. You were the brightest light in that room. I never knew a love like that till I met you, and I find myself even now.
Turkey Blaster Omega on All WNY Think So Joe Show.
Something about a horn section just does it to me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They had extra horns on that song.
You know, it sounded big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had extra horns on that song, according to the I think I saw it on their Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I have like a flute collection. It's down to 4 flutes. I think maybe a drug addict ex-boyfriend might have sold my real flute, but you know, we'll cry about that later. So I have a reed flute that was $1 at the Pirate Festival in Alcott. And I have a reed flute that my Indian English professor gave to me because I was his only music student, and he just really liked me, so he gave me a little tootly toot. And then I have 2 plastic recorders, and you know it's hard to play a recorder well. They don't play in tune. It's awful.
I don't know. I play a mean hot cross buns.
Yeah, I bet you do. So I decided I was going to bring my flute collection here from my mom's house because I wanted to listen to all my ska music and play the flute along with the horn section. And then I sat down to do it. And you guys, this was a bad idea. It doesn't sound, it's not as fun as I thought it was going to be. But I did learn the Snoopy song.
I walked out there and you were playing Linus and Lucy on your flute.
Yeah.
So many instruments, so little time in this house.
I know.
There's so many guitars, and a couple of basses, and a keyboard, and a couple of ukes, and just not enough time.
I know. And 7 cats. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? There's too much.
That's why I had to have Rain in here.
Oh, I don't blame you. Oh, bam.
Sorry, Rain. That's why Rain had to be in here.
Yeah. What's that one's name?
That one doesn't have a name. That one's all my stage guitars are named. My other ones aren't.
Well, you should name them all.
When they're important enough to be taken out on stage, they'll get names.
How do you think that just made your guitar feel?
It gets played more often than most.
I know it does. I hear you when you're playing. But you play it a lot, so you should name it. When I smoke out of a pipe a lot, I name it. Like
all my stage guitars, if you guys don't know, are named after the Mortal Kombat ninjas that are the color that they are.
Yes.
So that one is purple, so it's Rain, and then I've got Sub-Zero, Noob Saibot, and Ermac. So I need a scorpion and a reptile and a smoke.
So once you get all of those, can you start getting Ninja Turtles?
I could do that.
And maybe Power Rangers?
I don't know about Power Rangers.
Oh my God, can you get the Yellow Ranger? Can you get a bright yellow? Oh my God, to match my hat, to match the sauce.
So for my Scorpion guitar, there's this... it's the same type of guitar that this is. Actually, I think it might be an EC 1000. This is an EC 256. But it's black with gold hardware.
Okay.
So it's like, it's not yellow, but it's still the colors that I would need to have a guitar and call it Scorpion. Because it's got that gold, which it's just like subtle, like in the later games. That's kind of how Scorpion is like, he's all black with like hints of gold.
Okay.
So it's like, that would be like the pickups are gold, and the tuning hardware is gold. So it's like the perfect amount of gold. Yeah. To go with the black and be like, this one is Scorpion.
Okay.
So, maybe that's the next one. I don't know. I'm kind of on a kick of like, I want a green one. Yeah. I want Reptile.
Hey, what's this? Did I break something?
No, you did not break anything. It's been sitting there for weeks.
I was going to fidget with it, but I will break it.
It's nothing important.
All right.
It's just a port cover for a portable recorder that, like, why would I take the thing off of it unless I was like, I don't know, transporting it for whatever reason.
I still feel like I shouldn't break it.
Yeah,
like, not that I was going to intentionally break your shit, but shit gets broken.
Yeah.
Can I play with your stapler?
No, you can't play with my stapler.
What you got?
I have my recorder.
Oh, so this goes on there?
This would go if you take this microphone off.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyway, this might be where Living Brain Dead records their next album.
Oh shit. Hey, guess what?
What?
I have some events.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Do you want to pull them up as I
No.
Well, fuck. Okay, so Thursday, we'll go in order. Yes. Thursday at 12 p.m., the Buffalo Bluegrass All-Stars Lunch Show. I didn't write down where that was. I'm sorry. And then...
I guess I'm going to pull these up.
The Buffalo Bluegrass All-Stars.
I don't want to because this keyboard sucks.
Well, first world problems.
Buffalo Bluegrass All-Stars. There we go.
Indeed.
No. Buffalo Bluegrass. There's no event under that, so.
Well, I didn't make it up. All-Star Lunch Show right here.
Oh, okay.
Is that it? I don't know if that's it or not. No, that one's in June. But where
that
is
was in
that
last
one?
June, and that was at. It was supposed to be at
Sportsman's.
Sportsman's. So that's
So
probably
there's a
at
really good
Sportsman's.
chance it's at Sportsman's. Anyways, Friday, AJ Tetzlaff is at the Bayou. I don't know where the Bayou is, but I'm guessing it's on the water.
Isn't that where CCR were born?
Born, yeah. And then Saturday, Grace and Megan at Balloons. I don't know where Balloons is either.
I don't know either.
But Grace and Megan from
Balloons are usually on the floor at Stamps.
help me out here. What's the fucking name of their band? I can't think of it.
Grosh?
Grosh. That's why I was thinking. Anyways, Grace and Megan from Grosh are going to be at Balloons Saturday. And then Monday, the 8th, the March Alliance session that happens every month is going to be about bio writing and self-promotion. So that's going to be a really good one to take part in. It starts at 7 o'clock on the 8th.
Okay.
Do it.
Katie chimed in. She said she's sorry she's late with this, but yeah, they had a baritone sax player for the song 2-1 that we just played. So they were a 9-piece for that single.
Holy cannoli.
Yeah.
Holy cannoli.
I knew I read that somewhere. So yeah, extra horns on that one. That song was extra horny. It's too bad I didn't make that reference like 15 minutes from now and
Right.
could lead into Toybox Brigade. But
Right.
anyway,
Put that one in the back pocket. We'll use it again later.
we'll save it for later, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. Events.
Events.
If you feel safe going to events. So I was watching the Sabres game last night. The Sabres are going to start letting people in later this month. I think like the 20th was like the first night they were going to let people in. But they were playing in Madison Square Garden last night against the Rangers, and the Rangers are already letting fans into the building.
Okay.
It looked pretty spread out. It looked like, nobody was like right up on top of each other. There was plenty of room in between groups of people. So, I mean, maybe it's safe-ish.
I feel like I'm going to let other people test out
oh,
and see if
absolutely,
it's safe
absolutely.
before I see if it's safe for myself.
Absolutely. But now you've got, we're opening large venues for 10% capacity.
Mm-hmm.
There's several venues that are now allowed to stay open till 4 a.m. thanks to a lawsuit against the state.
Yeah, it was only the venues that had to do with the lawsuit that it applies to. That's so stupid, but whatever.
We've talked about that at length before.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, in Texas, where
I feel like this never goes anywhere good.
where COVID cases are higher than anywhere else right now, or the number of new cases yesterday were higher than anywhere else, was in Texas, where yesterday they announced they're open, no mask mandate, nothing. Everything's open. 100% capacity for everything.
Well,
Thank God we don't have to play against the Dallas Stars. Now, let's keep in mind that the first team in the NHL this season that had to postpone games because of COVID was the fucking Dallas Stars.
Oh.
So, that's what I want to do is go live in a state where everything's 100% open, but our sports teams are getting COVID.
well, Texas isn't known for its intellect.
Yeah, people were bringing up the SpongeBob episode where they were making fun of Texas on Twitter yesterday when that announcement came out. I think it was Twitter. I think it was Texas, and I want to say the other one was Minnesota, but I'm not 100% sure. But there were 2 states that were like, we're opening 100% right now. You know, you could say what you want about Cuomo, but I appreciate that this state is taking its time.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know, having these safety measures in place and trying to combat this instead of just like, yeah, fuck it, you're on your own.
Yeah. I give up. I give up.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not the first thing Texas has given up on this month, this last couple of months, because you remember they had the big storm and everybody's out of power and their fucking senator goes to fucking Mexico.
Mexico, yeah. Because his daughter wanted a vacation.
Like, Jesus, dude, stay home and help your fucking people, man. Anyway.
Yeah.
I digress. But I feel like it looked like it was safe. It didn't look like it was going to be like everybody's right on top of each other. Like, they were further away than we were from the other people at the post office.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like
post office made me nervous.
It did. Especially that lady walked in, she's like, "Oh," and then puts her mask on. Like
I know. Well, also there was an irate customer.
Justifiably
irate, yes. The postal worker asked him what his package was.
Yeah.
And he like had some complaints anyways, and then that happened and he was yelling and he was like right next to us.
Yeah, he was there to complain about something or he had to pick up a
package and he had a complaint also because
he had it on video that they had come to deliver the package
and
never knocked on his door or anything. So he went to pick up the package and she goes, 60 pounds, what is it?
Yep.
And he goes, are you asking me what's in my personal package? And she goes, she doesn't know what to say. And he goes, get me a supervisor. So she goes, gets a supervisor. Now they're right next to us.
Yep.
Instead of like at the next window over there, directly next to us. And he's explaining to the supervisor what happened. And he ends with
in a very loud voice.
And he ends with, and then your worker here asked me what was in my package. And she goes, no, I didn't.
She totally did.
I'm just standing there like, should I?
I know, like, should I get involved?
Should I say something? Should I be like, yeah, I heard her say it?
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
He asked her to repeat it. She gave her a chance to redeem herself.
Yeah. Like, yeah, no, it's none of her fucking business what's in the package.
Fucking 60 pounds of drugs. What does it matter to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess they would probably want to do something about that.
Sure, but I mean, like... Some fucking clerk at the post office is not supposed to ask you what's in your fucking package.
No.
That would piss me off,
if she had asked, like, is it a big package? Is it a little package?
Yeah, right.
Like, what am I looking for? Because 60 pounds can be a lot of sizes.
Sure, you know what? And maybe that's what her intent was, but
Probably.
That's not what she said.
Totally not what she said. She's like, what is it?
But you can understand you're mad about something already.
Yeah.
And then somebody says something like that, and you're like, what the fuck?
After you're standing in line at the post office with all these weird motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Everybody's eyeballing each other.
Nobody was eyeballing each other.
Everybody. I was eyeballing everybody.
I wasn't.
It's because you keep to yourself. You're such a nice guy. I'm sitting there like, you don't have a mask on. Go back out there and put your mask on. And like, I don't know.
Only person I was eyeballing was the lady who ended up being the lady that rang us up because she had her mask on. Her.
Yeah.
Let me show you this, you guys. Okay. Okay. Here, if you didn't,
she's wearing gloves on top of her mask, which I don't think is necessary.
No, I'm going to show you this in case you didn't know. This is the proper way to wear your mask, not like this.
Yeah.
Not like this. Like this. This is how you wear your mask. It covers your nose and your mouth.
Yeah, so she's wearing gloves as an extra protective measure, but she doesn't have her nose, which is probably where she's doing most of her breathing. Mm-hmm. She doesn't have her nose covered. And she's dealing with, like, the general public a lot, you know, and packages. And, there's a lot of germ potential.
Let's be fair and give her the benefit of the doubt. She is behind plexiglass.
She is, but she's still handling these packages that people can
Sure.
be like,
Sure.
you know.
Speaking of which, did you ever give me my stamps that she gave to you?
No, I didn't. But I don't know where they are.
I don't need them right this second, but
They might be in Mom's car.
Ooh, that would be.
No, they got put in a bag.
I won't need them for a couple of weeks. I don't think.
Joe,
I
I don't know where the stamps are.
Then you owe me $11.
Fuck. Yo, listeners, can I borrow $11?
Hey, the thing will pop up in a second. You can promote the tip link. I would much rather, if you guys are going to donate any money to the show, you actually buy merch instead.
Yeah.
We won't get as much of the money that you spend, but you'll get something in return other than free entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and we don't even ask you to do that. Like, we barely ever bring it up. We got the little pop-ups that come up every 10 minutes or whatever, but that's just... Like, it's there if you want, and we don't insist. Somebody was nice enough last week; they gave us $20 towards
Tigger,
towards the $1,500 vet bill. But
every little bit helps.
I spent it was $200 Monday for the emergency vet.
Mm-hmm.
It was $80 Wednesday for the regular vet just to look at them and do whatever tests they did then, and then it was. It was $1,200 to do the surgery and all the blood work and all that stuff that went along with that. X-rays, yeah.
Anesthesia.
Which was like $300 more than I initially thought.
That's right.
They had called me and they said, "Hey, listen, they had told me it's going to be like an extra $160." Like, okay, no problem. And then it was like an extra $200. The doctor had called me because they kept him overnight.
Yeah.
The doctor had called me and he said, "Hey, listen, and the doctor there is great. It's a place called Pet Degree. It's over on Clinton Street here."
The doctor looks like a Ken doll.
Yeah, he's very nice.
Yes, he's a nice
He's
man.
got 20 years experience. His dad had like 40 years experience. So between them, they had like 60 years experience.
The 40 years experience don't do much for the Ken doll, though.
No, it doesn't.
To be fair.
No, but I'm sure, like, if he has questions, he could call his dad and be like, "Dad, what do I do here?" I guess. I don't know if his dad's still alive. I don't know. Who knows?
Right. Well, I guess his point is that he's always been around animal medicine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your hair and makeup look awesome, Karina, says Kevin.
Thank you.
She's always worried about it before the show.
My makeup matches my nails. See, it's all pink.
And but anyway, so the doctor calls me and he says, "Listen, we want to keep him overnight, and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, and it's not gonna, but no extra charge." And then the next day, I go pick him up, and it's $1,200, and I'm like, "If you say so."
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
But you know what? He's doing really well, and that all included like medications and everything.
Oh
too.
yeah. He feels.
He's definitely doing a lot better. But like every time I come out into the big rooms, he looks at me like I'm gonna give him medicine, and I feel so bad because in 45 minutes, whatever,
Yeah.
I'm giving him his medicine, and like
I went out to the kitchen the other night to I don't know what I was cooking.
ramen probably.
Probably ramen, maybe a burger, maybe macaroni and cheese. I don't know. I go out to the kitchen and Tigger just comes walking around the corner from the dining room. He just looks at me like starts clawing at the walls and just walking around like nothing's wrong. Like,
Yeah, that's good.
like the old man, he's acting like a kitten. Like,
I love it when after he poops, he does like this like round where he'll poop and then he'll go over to the food dish and then he'll go over to the water dish and then he does like this little lap around the living room and then he goes and scratches the wall and he like does this little kick thing and then he's so cute. For like a 14-year-old, he really is spunky.
just to see him, up and about and acting like himself, it's just like, okay, that was worth $1,500.
Totally. He scared the shit out of me.
So I put like $300 on my credit card, and then I pulled $400 from savings, and then pulled like $500 out of investment account. So it really cost me like $100 real money. No, like $300 real money. I'm just still waiting for that money from the investment account to hit my bank account.
Yeah.
So I could be like, hey, here's the rent. But yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good to see him up and around, and You know, he's my kid's cat.
Yeah,
so.
I know. And she's had him for probably as long as she can remember. So like,
I mean,
it's gonna be devastating someday.
Oh,
you
I know. Well, I mean,
like, it is anyways because he's such a great cat.
I mean, I texted her the morning after we took him to the emergency vet. I stayed up and I texted her at 7 in the morning. And I said, "Hey, listen, this is what's going on with your cat." So okay, keep me updated. And then I kept her updated every step of the way.
Yeah.
Just like,
when's the last time you updated her?
after he came home.
You should definitely like tomorrow be like, hey, he's doing really good.
Yeah, I think I texted her Saturday.
Yeah.
I think when we got back from the post office, I texted her because I was like, "Hey, I was just packing up some stuff to send out for my band. Whatever happened to the business you were starting that I bought you all this packaging for?" And she said, "Oh no, we're still gonna do it. We're still gonna do it."
That's good.
Like, okay, good, because she's like, mostly because I want to use that packaging you got me. Like,
it's nice packaging.
yeah, it's like, okay, that's cool. I was just wondering, just let me know when you're going so I can promote the hell out of it, so I can tell people to go to your Etsy store and buy whatever it is you're selling. I think it's like bracelets and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kid is uber talented when it comes to that stuff. She's been doing it her whole damn life, really.
Yeah.
She's just been, she's always had a thing for making jewelry and stuff. So
Did she ever do her bracelets with beads? I haven't seen any with beads.
I think she's done them with beads.
Oh, might be cool to get her some beads to go with her shit.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
She does. I think she was doing mostly like charm bracelets on her Instagram for that.
Okay.
For the Etsy store she wants to eventually open. She hasn't done it yet. I'm waiting. I keep
Maybe
telling
she's
her.
waiting until she has enough merchandise.
Yeah, I don't know. I asked and she's like, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna do it." Mostly because I don't. You bought me all that packaging and I want to make sure that I use it. Like, okay, cool. I'm not rushing you. Just whenever you do it, just let me know. So probably like in the summer, I would imagine. Like, maybe when she's got more time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Cool.
And then she can, make her. She could make her own money, and she can pay me back some of that money for her cat. No, I wouldn't do that. He's been living with me for over a decade, so
yeah.
he's family to me. So he's I didn't want to see him. He's just Monday. He's sitting there.
He looked so uncomfortable.
And it's like, why aren't you closing your mouth? And we thought it was a breathing issue, and that's why we took him to the emergency vet.
I was so relieved when we found out that it wasn't, though.
Yeah, and luckily it was just his tooth, and
just his tooth. Tooth stuff is very painful.
Yeah, I believe me, I know.
I know you know.
Yeah, I've never had him bad enough where I can't close my mouth. So
I know. What had happened was his tooth was infected, and it got so infected that his tooth shifted. And that's why he couldn't close his mouth and he couldn't swallow. And like, they cleaned him up at the vet, but he's still like, his fur's all matted from like drool and medicine and shit like that.
Yeah, they did the best they could.
They did a good job. He smelled nice.
Yeah. He came home and he was, well, they brought him out to me. I Ubered there and Ubered, like I didn't want to make the Uber driver wait. So I was like, just drop me off and I'll call another one for the way back. And because I didn't know how long I was going to be. And then I was out there for a while. And finally they gave him to me. So me and him are just chilling in the parking lot at Pet Degree. He's sitting in his carrier. He's looking around and he's like, fuck, can we go home? And I'm just like talking to him the whole time. Like, it's okay, Tigger. He's 5 minutes away. And then I'm talking to the guy in the Uber, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I told him how much. I told him it was a $1,500 vet visit." He said, "Well, I had a $6,000 dog, so I think it was more than that. His dog had cancer, so he had to keep going for cancer treatments."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, and I made sure to like tell him, "Hey, I have a cat in a carrier," and he's like, "Anybody ever cancel on you or like give you a hard time for that?" I said, I had a guy cancel on me like yesterday or the day before or whatever, but like, I don't know that he canceled because I had the cat or
he
what.
Might have just had to fill his gas tank or something.
He didn't say anything. Just the next thing I knew, I had another driver coming. He said, "Oh, you know what? It might've been that another driver was closer." I don't know how accurate that is because that other driver was coming from Cheektowaga. So And we're in, that place is in South Buffalo. So that's a little bit of a drive.
Yeah.
It's not like super far, but it's a little bit of a drive.
Yeah.
But no, I'm glad he's doing much better and definitely acting more like himself and
Yes.
acting like he's got no health problems,
Yeah.
up and about and moving
And he's starting to get stronger with his fight against the meds. Like
Yeah.
it feels like his jaw is wired. I have to give him 2 syringes down his throat. And the first syringe, he takes it, he doesn't like it. It smells like it probably doesn't taste good. The other stuff is antibiotics, so we know that doesn't taste good. And it's really thick. And after I give him the first shoot down his throat, it's like his jaw is wired shut. I have to, and he just had fucking dental surgery. I don't want to hurt him.
Yeah, right.
So I'm trying to pry his fucking jaw open with and I have a Band-Aid on my thumb. I'm trying to stick my thumb in his mouth to try and yeah, it was rough this morning.
Well, anyway, so earlier we played Turkey Blaster Omega.
Oh, yeah.
And they had an extra horn player. We said that song was extra horny.
Yes.
And we've got the next band coming up. They're also horny.
They're a little horny.
They're getting horny now. They play. The first time I saw them play, they dedicated "The Bad Touch" by the Bloodhound Gang to me. They're a cover of that.
Brilliant.
And but this is the Toybox Brigade, and
It's actually at the request of my mother.
at the request of your mother. Yes.
Yes.
And this song is called "Losing Touch" on All WNY Think So Joe Show.
You claim to know
Toybox Brigade on all WNY Think So Joe show. They are, in fact, local. They're from Buffalo.
Yeah.
It's my buddy Eddie on vocals there.
Fuck yeah. They played at May the 4th, right?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Was that the date? May the 4th?
May the 4th.
It was an MS Sucks benefit that the family put together for me.
Which is actually the reason that the Living Brain Dead exists, is because I filled in for XM Priory that night and was like, fuck, I want to keep doing this.
I'm glad you did.
And they went in a different direction. And if you've heard their recent videos of their old songs, they went in a far better direction. And I said, hey, let's start a band. I want to start a band. Who's in? And that's how the Living Brain Dead came about. So
fuck yeah.
But yeah, Toybox Brigade played that night, and that was fantastic.
It was super fun.
That whole night was great because you had. Do we have a Night and Light, or was it?
It was Poison and Prose.
Poison and Prose. And then you had Yellow Sauce was on that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Yellow Sauce was right before XM Priory, and I was trying to like keep it a secret that I was in XM Priory. So I'm like, fuck, I got to change from my Yellow Sauce clothes to my XM Priory clothes within the changeover and get out there.
Yeah, but to be fair, like, you're really bad at secrets. Like, everybody knew.
I had to tell some people, like I told Leland, because Leland didn't know.
Oh.
I don't think Ashton knew.
Oh.
Until, like, I was out there and I was playing.
Yeah.
And I went out there with the Bob Paul head on.
Yes.
But I couldn't get my guitar strap over the Bob Paul head, so I had to take it off. So, yeah.
Yeah, and then we had Janie Crash.
Yes, yes.
And we had BD2.
Yeah.
And
actually, we had Billy Draws 2.
It was their last show.
Billy Draws 2's last show before they became BD2.
Yes. So I'm super special.
Yes, you are.
I know.
Absolutely.
I know.
But
thanks, guys.
Look at that. We got Toybox Brigade, a new fan.
Good.
They are definitely great dudes. We've had them on the show.
Yes, we have.
Before COVID, so we had them in studio back when we had room for people in studio.
We could make it work.
I guess we could squeeze a person or two in here now.
Yeah.
So
I don't think we could fit Turkey Blaster Omega in here.
I don't know. They fit on the Tudor stage. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, no, that was a great night. That was anytime we get to see the Toybox Brigade. She's trying to get the next wave of ska started, says Katie. Anytime we have Toybox Brigade involved in anything, she said they've done worse. Anytime we're involved with the Toybox Brigade in anything, it's great. In fact, when they were here on the show, they brought in Cooley Ranks.
They did.
They had Cooley Ranks like call into the show. Like we called Cooley Ranks and interviewed.
That was unreal.
Because it's like it's not enough that we're interviewing our friends in the Toybox Brigade. We have to interview Cooley fucking Ranks too.
Oh my god! And then we went to the show the next day or
it was? I think it was a couple of days later. Yeah.
And we saw Stop the Presses, and then Allison was not. She wanted to leave, so we had to leave. That's how that works. But yeah, we saw Toybox Brigade, and they were awesome as always. And
well, the first time I saw them was at Warped Tour.
It was.
And I'd known about them for a while, like before they put out their first EP or the first album or whatever. And I'm just like, you know, I saw their logo, which at the time was like the Toy Story logo.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, I knew they were a ska band, but I hadn't heard them. I'm like, I really want to hear this band. And then when I heard them, it's like, ooh, I like this band.
Yeah.
And then I finally got to see them when we did the Warped Tour broadcast.
Yep.
And that was when he dedicated the Bad Touch.
I wonder why he did that.
Because I was the only person old enough in that crowd to know that song, apparently.
That's quite possible.
Because he was like, who remembers the Bloodhound Gang? I'm like, yeah, I do. And nobody else around me, because like we're surrounded by like Sid and Trey and like all the younger punk kids in the scene, and just
we were showing our age.
I'm just like, I know them. And
Yeah.
they're like, okay, well, I guess I'm dedicating this song to Joe.
It will always be your song.
And now that's like a running gag with them anytime I'm at their shows. So, you know, great dudes, great band.
Yeah.
So
Excellent.
kind of want to leave them an Amazon review for their album because
Yeah.
there's one on there and it's not good.
That must be like somebody with a personal vendetta or something.
It's either somebody with a personal vendetta or somebody who's just fucking around. It might be even a band member just like, yeah, this band sucks. Don't listen.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't.
because we do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, Brian's like, oh, the Living Brain Dead suck. Yeah, but it gets me out of the house. So
Yeah. I miss getting out of the house.
I miss getting out of the
I
house.
feel like I've been out of the house quite a bit this last week between Tigger and what else did I do? Oh, the post office. The post office was the big deal.
yeah,
Yeah. Wow. Enjoy your fucking cookies, Caleb. I had to go to the post office for you. I don't think he's listening. He would have chimed in.
I had to go to the post office anyway, so they would have gotten to you either way. But
Yeah.
it was nice that your mom drove us, so I didn't have to carry a big box of cookies on top of a record and a CD.
Did I tell you I messaged Caleb? I was like, I think I got carried away.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not a small box of cookies.
I would imagine. I think like Tuesday was the tracking on that, so I think he should have gotten it by now.
Yeah, he should have gotten it by now. He's probably like in a food coma right now.
Probably, maybe that's why he's not listening. But my mom was definitely excited about that record, so that made
that's
my
awesome.
week right there. I mean, you know, aside from all the records I picked up this week,
Right.
What if I got in this? I got 7 so far this week. Starting with slip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 records this week.
Are you shooting for a certain number of records?
No, I just like I had. So the only reason I went to Revolver this week was like they had the new location open on Friday, and I was like, Brian, are we going? And he's like, is it cool if we go like Saturday or Sunday? Yeah, sure, whatever. And he's like, so what's your budget today? Because I always set and fail to meet a budget. And I said, well, you know, I figured probably like $100, but I'm gonna put it on my credit card, so it's future Joe problem. Boy, I don't envy that guy. And then I eat a jar of mayonnaise like Homer Simpson. Anyway,
Oh.
when he utters that exact line. Anyway, so no, I had no. I wasn't even looking for anything, to be perfectly honest. I think in the back of my mind, I was like, you know what? If I see Alice in Chains Unplugged, I kind of want that.
Okay.
But the only thing they had was Facelift, which I already have.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm obviously not gonna buy a record I already have, unless it's, you know, like I own 2 duplicate records.
Okay.
One is Metallica's Ride the Lightning, because the first one I had was a German bootleg pressing of a French misprint. And the second one is like the newest one that Metallica's put out through Blackened Records. And then the other one is I have 2 copies of the Platter's Greatest Hits, because the first one I bought I didn't realize was unopened.
Oh, you never opened
And
it?
I'm like, I can't bring myself to open this. So I bought the Only You 45 because I love that song. And then I found another copy of the Platter's Greatest Hits at I think I found it at Black Dots.
Okay.
And I'm just like, yep, buying this. Like that way I can listen to it without feeling bad about opening a 40-something-year-old vinyl.
Yeah.
It's never been opened before. But anyway, but I went with no like intent, and the first record I saw that I wanted was like that Aerosmith Greatest Hits. So I'm like, well, yeah, okay, that's $12. Sure, let me get that. And then I grabbed, I think probably in order. I think I went Our Lady Peace, Real Big Fish, like in alphabetical order. I found these
Right.
records, you know, or you know, I think I grabbed Filter, and I'm like, you know, I didn't grab this last time. I think I should grab it this time.
Yeah.
And then the Prodigy record was just a no-brainer. The Real Big Fish was a no-brainer. And Our Lady Peace, of course, I have to have that one.
Yeah.
And Slipknot was like, I was looking for this a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Too bad it's a bootleg.
Oh well. So I'm looking through the record store, and they have like just a giant used section right in the middle. And there is a huge Kenny Loggins section. Like it's like this thick. Get me in frame here. This thick of like
It's this big.
of like Kenny Loggins records. And I'm like, isn't he the dude that does Danger Zone?
Yes, he is.
So I grab my phone, I'm like, Kenny Loggins Danger Zone. And it's like, it's a single from Kenny Loggins that's available on the Top Gun soundtrack. And I'm like, fuck, I want the Top Gun soundtrack. Because even if all I get out of the Top Gun soundtrack is Danger Zone and Take My Breath Away by Berlin, that's worth my money. And I own it digitally, so I know it's like not even, the rest of it's not even bad. So I'm just like, I need to find Top Gun. So I immediately go over to, they have a giant soundtrack section that's like 7 or 8 bins wide.
Okay.
And so I'm like digging through the entire soundtrack section, and it's not in there. I found Flashdance and Footloose and all that.
Thank you for not getting them.
All that other stuff that would have come out around the time of Top Gun, but not Top Gun. And so I went over to like the new soundtracks because, sometimes they repress these things. And I think they have done a Top Gun repressing, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. So I looked through there, no Top Gun. So when I got home, I went on Discogs, I ordered Top Gun. And it's telling me it should be here next Tuesday.
Okay. Where's it coming from?
Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines.
Yeah.
That's fun to say, isn't it?
Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Especially because there's 2 S's in that. Des Moines, Iowa. Anyway. Yeah, so that's
Silent Letters.
That's exciting. Silent Letters are exciting, and getting new vinyl, new old vinyl is exciting.
Do you remember the TV show, the kids show, The Electric Company? It was like in the 70s.
I mean, I know of it.
Well, you have a kid, so you know maybe that they rebooted that.
I did not know that.
Okay, they did. And this happened around the time that I was playing stepmother. And the kid was 3 or 4, so he was like right in the age to watch The Electric Company. And my favorite song on The Electric Company was Silent E is a Ninja. Like, one of the dudes dressed up like a ninja, and he just like jumped and like hid, and he was like, Silent E is a ninja.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really good. I really couldn't tell you anything else they did. But I used to annoy said stepchild with Silent E as a Ninja. He was like, yeah, I get it.
Speaking of reboots, I watched the Tom and Jerry movie today.
Yeah, I slept through the Tom and Jerry movie today. How was it?
So like some of it is just like blah 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 blah. Like the human actors I could do without.
Yeah.
And that's nothing against Chloe Grace Moretz. Like, I love Kick-Ass, and
Yeah.
she's Hit Girl.
Yeah. I thought so.
So it's like
She grew up.
So nothing against her, but like there's this whole like the early parts of the human part of the story is just like shut up already. But then as they integrate with Tom and Jerry and the 2 stories kind of converge, it's like, wow, this is actually I laughed a little bit. I was smiling by the end of it. If that's a bad movie, then you're no fun.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I
did hear you chuckle.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was cute.
Good.
I don't use that word, but it was cute.
No. You said that I was cute when I was sleeping, and that's why we didn't Instacart yesterday.
You were adorable when you were sleeping. And I was just like, I'm not waking her up to fucking Instacart because I don't need anything. And then like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, fuck, what am I going to eat? And then I'm like, I'm going to make some mac and cheese. And then I remembered like, oh
There's
shit.
no milk.
Like, fuck it, I guess I'm doing it with water, which is fine. I can't tell the difference,
Ew.
to be perfectly honest with you. So I made it with water, and I ate mac and cheese at 3 in the morning.
I've had it with powdered milk before. Yeah, use water instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's better than powdered toast, right?
Powdered Toast Man. I missed my old board with the effects now. Anyway, I watched Ren and Stimpy last week.
I'm sorry, I'm just dying.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy is on what is, as of tomorrow, going to be Paramount Plus. It's CBS All Access right now.
Okay.
But tomorrow it'll be Paramount Plus, which is where the Rugrats reboot's happening, the new Beavis and Butthead movie's happening, a Frasier reboot is happening.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
No one wants that. No one asked for that.
I don't know. There's some Frasier fans out there.
No, like Frasier's really good, but there is no need for a reboot. Frasier was a reboot from Cheers.
Frasier was a spin-off from Cheers.
Whatever.
Anyway.
It should be done.
But yeah, Paramount Plus starts tomorrow.
That is exciting.
If you want live TV and you don't want to spend $10, like if you want live CBS TV and live CBS Sports, it's going to be $10 to get that in your package for Paramount Plus. If you order right now while it's still CBS All Access, you could get it for $6.99 and or $5.99 actually, and get grandfathered into it.
Nice.
So you will continue to have live CBS television and live CBS Sports if that's something that interests you. It doesn't interest me much, especially I have cable still.
Right.
I haven't. I'm one of those few that still has cable because like all the streaming packages.
Yeah.
None of them have everything I want at a reasonable price. Like, Sling has almost everything I want at a reasonable price, but it doesn't have the MSG network, so I can't watch Sabres games. Whereas the only one that does have the MSG network is Fubo, and they're missing one of the channels I watch, and I'm not sure if that was USA or Access TV, but... You know, one of those wrestling channels I watch.
Yeah.
So that's, which, honestly, I don't need access. I can watch Impact on Twitch.
Oh.
So that's something I can think
Is
about,
that
I guess.
legal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Impact streaming it on Twitch.
Oh, I don't.
They were doing it, they used to be on a channel that nobody got. So they started streaming their show as it aired on Twitch. And when they moved to Access, which is, in a lot more homes than where they were previously, they continued to stream on Twitch. So, like, when everything happened, there was a big story with them with AEW. So when that all happened, and they're promoting it on AEW and saying, tune in next Tuesday, and we'll explain everything that just happened here on AEW, I was able to tell people, like Kevin, for example, like, hey, if you want to watch this and you don't have access, you can go on Twitch and you can watch it live there. So I guess I don't need access if that was the network that was missing. It was definitely missing a network I watch.
Okay.
But it's also more expensive than like Sling, which I can't get because I can't watch Sabres games. So, that's kind of the deal breaker. And that's kind of the only reason I have cable is because it's really the only place I could get MSG. And if I drop cable and I go to Fubo and I'm paying the same amount of money, I might as well have cable.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
I hear you.
So that's why I still have cable, but I mean, yeah, I'm going to be grandfathered into that Paramount Plus plan with the live TV and all
That's
that.
That's good.
The other thing though is with the $9.99 a month, you get no commercials.
Ooh.
On your streaming shows. So but in my experience so far with CBS All Access, over the past week that I've had it, it's been that they show an ad at the beginning of the show.
That's it.
I saw maybe 2 or 3 ads the entire time I was watching. Of course, I slept through most of what I was watching. I watched Beavis and Butthead, and I watched Ren and Stimpy. I watched Double Dare. Let's talk about Double Dare for a second.
Okay.
Because you were sleeping, I was coming to bed, and I'm like, I want to watch Ren and Stimpy. And so I'm scrolling through the Nickelodeon content, which is all in alphabetical order, so I got to get through a lot to get to Ren and Stimpy because I didn't feel like searching. and I saw Double Dare. And I'm like, that's a picture of Mark Summers. This isn't the 2018 reboot or whatever the fuck. This is Double Dare
Yeah.
from when I was a fucking kid. And I put it on and I'm watching it. And I'm like answering the questions. You're like trying to sleep. I'm like over there mouthing the answers. Like, I know that one. Capital of North Dakota is Bismarck. Anyway.
He has been waiting the whole 2 hours to use the fucking sound effects.
I have actually not. It just was appropriate for what I was talking about.
He set that up. He's been setting that up since we started.
I set it up earlier because I've had this one. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm watching Double Dare, and they're like, oh, and if you get through this obstacle, you're going to win this Garfield phone. And if you win this obstacle, you're going to win this. And like by the second episode, you had just gotten up to take your meds.
Yeah.
So I'm still sitting there watching it, and I'm like, I know I'm turning it off after this episode. And they're like, oh, you're going to win these bikes. And I'm like, man, these are shitty prizes. And you're like, yeah, kind of. And then they're like, if you beat this obstacle, you're going to win this 19-inch Magnavox TV. And you laughed. And then I'm like, see, shitty prizes. And if you win this obstacle, you're going to win this brand new VCR.
Yep.
And I'm just like, you know what? These are shitty prizes to me as a 30-something in 2021.
Yep.
But for like 5-year-old me in 1986, these were awesome prizes.
Totally.
You know?
Totally.
So, and then of course, like the grand prize, if you beat all the obstacles, is you win a, family vacation to fucking Disney World. So I've never been to Disney World. That would still be a cool prize to me.
I have only been to the Magic Kingdom. Like there's like 4 kingdoms, I think.
Right.
It was wonderful. You know what though? There's a lot of people. I definitely had to take my anxiety medication. So there's a picture of me on the teacups with this big old smile and like, yeah, I look like I'm just completely stoned because I took my anxiety medicine.
Worst prize of 2021, Sabres tickets. All right, we got to get out of here. This is Poison the Prophet from Rochester, and this song is called Addition by Subtraction on all WNY Think So Joe Show. We'll see you next week.